this time, so they don't have to go hunting. They can stay ahead of zone, try to get themselves in a good spot.
And what a beautiful way and usage of the shield bubbles to make their rotate on the dead side while using the shield bubbles. Cammy, though, caught slipping there, and Seti is left now as a solo in this endgame to the hands of Larson. Cammy falls.
Yeah, and this endgame is just getting so rough. Up and down these mountains. These players are going to have to figure out what they're going to do, especially Tripper, who is out of builds. Him and Thomas have to figure out something, but they have been through the ringer this game. If anybody deserves it, it's them.
This is crazy. Tripper and Thomas should not be alive right now, but they are staying up. Thomas,
he does it again!
True Lex with a huge refresh, and he is back in the game. It will come at the expense of Tripper falling, though. But hey, they have earned points, and now we have another top 3 player inside the game here, keeping up with the pace. Scented, Cold, still alive. 3 Elans as well. Looking to take a fight there, but no. They want to make this rotate. They need to get to the zone. What a great layer change here from Scented, and it's all about smart play from him.
Yeah, he had 2 med miss, floppers on the backside of zone. Thomas doing everything he can to stay alive, just like Larson here, who's by himself. 5 eliminations as a team, most of them coming off the back of Larson and that early game start. But first place, Queasy and Vino holding on high to the high ground in the sky.
And Brazil is still alive in this game as well. So we have EU, NA, and Brazil all in this same game. You can see the heals coming out from Ketos and PH in there. They still have so much to work with. 2 of our top 5 teams already out. So for Vino and Queasy, they are starting to take away. Tripper holding on with dear life here at 200 points, making sure the gap does not go too far. 6 elims now for a Brazilian duo. Larson has a solo right now, trying to steal away whatever he can get.
Only 2 goes with names, trying to play his cards carefully, but somehow Scented again, he goes down, but it's Thomas HD with a run of a lifetime right now, going down right before our very eyes. Top 10 finish. Now he's in the top 7 as well, trying to keep it going. KBR, Larson, all these solos coming around. This is going to get good.
Oh, right through the chrome, and Vortex puts him down. KBR, it's your turn. Nope, down he goes. And now we're looking at a 2-on-2 +1 in the mix there in the low ground. Queasy and Vino are starting to run out of, mats down low, but that's all. They have tons of heals to work with. Meanwhile, Bevies is just clawing his way through the builds here. It is not looking too good. Queasy's gonna get burned there for over-peeking down low, but this should be their game.
That feeling of deja vu comes in yet again, picking up where they left off from yesterday. But this time, Janice and Vidil, the team from Greasy Grove, making it this far, and it's come down to a 2v2 situation between 2 of the top teams in EU. With Janice and Vidil feeling the pressure of the high ground, running out of builds. This is basically Queasy and Vino's game.
Both sides are starting to run out now. Queasy's down to 1 build as well. This is looking very dire. They're gonna have to cap off. Janice and Vidil know better. They need to continue the pressure. Vino goes down. He takes a shot. Vidil blocks it. Beautifully done. Janice stuck up from behind. Queasy with a great follow-up. And oh my gosh, it was so close. But Queasy touches out in the end. EU, Vino, Queasy from first to another first, literally.
From high ground in 6 moving zone, the count.
And there it is. He almost gets boxed out, and Queasy and Vino have to give up the high ground. Vino drops down, takes some fall damage here, and the defense, it's Chapix, it's Tayson on height, out of nowhere.
And while all this action's going down in the mud towards the low ground, Booga and Miro found 2 more eliminations. They're continuing to light things up as Andalix finding 1. Vino finds another on Robot Kebab before going down. Queasy left by himself, no build, just a few bandages. This man is trying to make miracles happen. Looking towards the backside of zone, he gets shut down by Pablo.
And it's actually a time for Thomas and Tripper to catch up. Finally, this powerhouse duo is out of the lobby, but will they step up? Can they make do and take advantage of the fact that they cannot earn any points? Tripper is still alive right now. No team's getting taken out, but no, he's hurt, and he goes down. He does not manage to find anything. What's left is Seti and Kama. What's left is Booga and Miro here, but Miro's down for eliminations. This is where he needs to perform best. Into the hands of Seti, Miro has fallen.
And right now, this is just an unorthodox way to take that top spot for Cammy and Seti to where they weren't as aggressive coming into this event. This is the most aggressive we have ever seen a team like them, and it is paying off tenfold as the high ground switches on over. For the World Cup champion, the solo World Cup champion is stuck at just that, a solo, trying to stay alive, figure out what the plan is going to be, moving around the left side of zone to where not too many players are at, and the smart usage of the Chrome Splashes as well, denying the opportunity to edit through, but he finds The shot's on the scram, but he gets shot back by Chimp. This is going to come down to that. Chimp takes down Booga. Into the top 10 he goes, though.
And look at Chimp go. Look at the quick edits there as he manages to turn around. Now out of material. It's all or nothing. A quick edit down low as well to keep him in the game here. But the low ground, there's two, and it's a dangerous two. It's scented. It's cold. They're waiting here as the loot rains down the river. Unfortunately, slips away from them. Seti still alive here, trying to squeeze out as many points as possible, and he works his way on up to the top. Meanwhile, Clown playing upset in Chappix and tasting her down. Wox and Robab managed to find 8 eliminations, and it's just Wox on height.
This is going to be a big opportunity for Wox to try to pick up as many placement points as he can as a solo. Same could be said with Seti. Chrome Splash, Bobifying himself, dashing, trying to take the high ground, but a misstep by Golden Scented as well. They both go down to hand. He is putting on a show to bring them to the top of the leaderboard.
It only takes one game to jump back into this top 10 here, and you're watching players fight for it, putting it all on the line. 9 elims for Wox and Robab, 3 for Clown, who has a little high ground position here over the lobby, but they're still a duo in this game. It's Hen, it's Vortex. They're the only duo alive standing right now. 1v1v2, Clown versus Wox here. Wox is looking up and high, a great jump shot there, and he is down. And now Clown has to take on 2 of the best here on EU. Guild Hen, Focus Vortex. It's not looking good, but it's looking great for Vortex and Hen, and they close out.
They had complete control of that game. From 8 moving zone and all, the last duo alive. Teamwork really making the
resilience of this team to continue to play for height. They are now just inches away from the finish line at this point as they continue to dominate the lobby.
And look at that. They're going to be able to hold high ground on top of the blimp. They only just have to force one duo and then maybe reach down off as Cold Scented working their way through the mud. And that's where it's going to be a treacherous journey as they find themselves front side of zone. That is a recipe for success as Hen, Vortex, all the way back. 6 eliminations, trying to find their way forward. Macwood, Repscar, they're all joining the action.
And let this be a lesson for every player here. It is not over until it's over. Hen was so far out of the competition, and now he finds himself fighting inside of the top 10 here for a spot at big money. But Pink is still alive now. His story is yet to be told, from contested drop now to an end game. Finally, we get to see what Pink is all made of here. Scented and Cold are so alive. 5 elims for them. This is where they play best, the low ground.
They have to be careful though. That's going with an elevation change. They gotta start it now or never, and a good shot by Noah Riley to take down Reed. Everybody having those struggles. Pink goes down to the storm. Cammy gets credit for that elimination. 2 more points, 6 total overalls. Clown and Repscar trying to meet that total. They get their 6 as well. 4 for Repscar. These guys are lighting up the leaderboard, but the team having free rotation after free rotation. Queasy and Vino pressuring the lobby from the high ground.
They're looking so good doing it as well. Lucy and Hydra trying to get out, and no, swatted out the sky. It's over. It's a no-fly zone. And Vino and Queasy are just running away with height. Meanwhile, Scented finds one of the feeds there. Scented and Cold might be one of NAE's last hope inside this last lobby. Savage is still alive too, just by himself though, very hurt. Eye drop hunting nearby. Great way to start to turn around here and put a little pressure onto high ground, but it's time there. 111 onto height. Savage demands respect, but Queasy says stop that. It shuts it all down.
Perfect opportunity to stagger himself to the backside of zone. Spots eye drop up, but he continues to drop down low. High ground was taken away by Cammy and Seti. Better late than never as they're forcing everybody down, and they have that free rotation towards the low ground if they want to take it.
This is excellent now. Cammy and Seti have a chance here to close the gap and take back first place. They started it off that way, and they want to remain, but Queasy is still here. Don't count him out. Another set of points, and now it's Golden Scented versus Cammy and Seti on height. And we also have Janice and Vidil in the mix.
3 teams alive, 6 total players, but Cold goes down, but Janice and Vidil get knocked as well. 1v2 situation, NAE's, the world on Sentence shoulders, but Cammy and Seti going for their 3rd victory royale in the FNCS Invitational. This is how you cement a legacy. All they have to do is close out this game as Sentence trying to take control, trying to fight for the high ground, but it's not enough. EU strikes again with Seti and Cammy taking their 3rd victory royale.
I don't know how they do it, but they have the face of champions. They go ahead, they easy. Seti and Cammy now also very much positioned to make another big endgame. 15 duos remaining here. Thomas HD and Trippin still have so much left in the tank as well, but they get broken down. Oh no, a great block there though. They were just one build away from potentially getting taken out the lobby. Too much shot starts to come in now. The focus is here. He has to swing around. This is looking terrible for a second place team. Trippin is nowhere to be found. Thomas hits the launch pad. He swings past high ground and Queasy and crew. And there it is. Trippin falls. Thomas is now by himself.
They're trying to go for the high ground right now, but Chapix is shut down. But Tayson's having to do it by himself. But Queasy, he's going to abandon it for now. Vino's going to follow suit. Shots coming in. This is huge. Chapix goes down, though. The refresh and the siphon is absolutely important. Tayson trying to break into the box, but he goes down. Vino and Queasy will not be denied.
And this is why they're some of the best. He was there to back him up. And it works out so well. Bevies and Vortexer from contesting Booga and Miro at the drop, running them out of Chonker Speedway, now running it up to the high ground here in an endgamer, looking like they want to take home their first victory of the weekend.
Down goes Vino. Down goes one member of the first place team.
To the hands of Cammy.
This is the chance right now for teams to try to overtake that top spot, and one of them is going to be Thomas HD as a solo. Doing everything that he can, trying to move through the builds. He has enough resources to make it happen, but Queasy, no build to his name. 1v1 against Drew, but he gets taken down thanks to the storm.
And Thomas HD is still alive right now, clutching, which is so monumental as first place has finally fallen. They have a chance to earn some points here. Cold and Scented are still alive as well. Thomas HD needs to make up 15 points in order to close the gap here. Scented needs 30. That's a huge jump up. Cammy and Seti are also still alive right now. On the heel, so close. Cold and Scented don't want any of it, and they back him off.
There's more than enough points if Scented and Cold can keep up this pace, keep up this pressure for them to have a shot at the last game at the end of the day, but Cammy will not be stopped as well. Thomas HD goes down, Seti gets dropped, but Cammy knows he can't be the hero in this situation. He has to try to continue on without him, but he finally gets dropped. Thomas HD is on a roll.
He's done a lot, but you can't fight yourself out of that spot there. Clicks and Duke are alive. Scented and Cold are alive. And on high ground, Vortex and Bevies. It's EU on top. Down goes Cold. And a great tag there from Vortexer. And the finish now, Bevies slides his way down, baiting the loot here. Does a couple edits there, but no, doesn't hit the shot. Bevy is so quick, but not fast enough. You're going to get some of the best. A great low tag there from Duke.
This is huge. This is huge for Duke and Clicks. They have the high ground right now, but for Bevy and Vortexers, taking out some big names already on the day, using these builds to try to keep that advantage. Duke, he's in a fray. He ends up on top. Clicks and Duke could take the game with Vortexers going down. Bevy outside of zone. He has the only chance right now, but he gets the down on the Duke. Clicks versus Bevy. He's trying to go for the hero, but Clicks takes the game.
In a 1v1 situation, Clicks does not let us down. What a tag, and a great moment for Clicks and Duke there.
Progression throughout each and every moment. They finally got the chip off their shoulder, taking the victory royale in game number 10. They gotta be feeling good. They gotta be feeling like they have nothing. Now they find a way to stabilize. They have done it, Monster. They have secured the high ground and taken it away from Kanata and Macwood. With the launch pad going out, that's gonna be recycled for sure. Everybody has to go up and down these terrains. This one, Monster, is a literal roller coaster.
We might see a three-way fight for height. Bad Sniper Noah, touchdown and go for it. Jamper and Peterbot, they want their win too. Everyone wants a win here today. Bad Sniper gets slapped up by Kanata though on the side. Kanata takes down Vino while he's at it, and just like that, Queasy is left by himself.
And Cold gets another one as well. The solo plays are coming out big, and those are absolutely necessary because he's still in third place. He's still in contention. Cold's trying to do it again. Box another player out. Finally, his run comes to an end, but he did so much. And to get this far, it's PXN and Kitos trying to do that same thing with Brazil on their shoulders. 4 eliminations, trying to get as many points as possible. Clicks and Duke trying to do the same. We talked about replicating the sex. They're trying to take that high ground away from Cammy
and Seti are here. 6 eliminations now. High ground looking down. They can get a 4th victory royale. When was the last time you showed up to finals and seen that much? I don't know. Larson is not messing around either. Down goes Duke in a huge elimination there. And that is 8 elims for Larson and Smite. They are just showing us why they are a dominant force, some of the best fighters to rise out of this last year, and I'm so happy we get to see it play out on the big stage.
Yep, no Riley taking some damage, sacrificing that so he can get that clean pad, trying to get in the zone, but 19 HP in a dream.
What an
has to find a way to stabilize here, pop those minis, gets as much shield as possible as players are continuing to drop towards the low ground. Janford gets dropped, Clicks versus Peterbot here towards the mud. They're trying to do everything they can to stay alive. Larson, we talked about 8 eliminations, but they added 1 more, 9 total, but Smite gets chunked out, but Larson's there to save the day, taking out Runa.
Already at 10 eliminations, Larson and Smite have fought their way all the way back up. Larson steps the Clicks and puts them down with a quick drop kick in the low ground, and now we have EU versus NA, but Larson and Smite are hurt. They're damaged. They're down to low material. It's all or nothing right now. Cammy and Seti know what to do here. They've been here before, and they have the resources to hold this one out.
This is going to come down to it. They could get their 4th victory royale. The only team going to stop them comes from NAEs trying to rise up, and it does look like they are out of builds.
But they find a little bit of loot here. Larson goes for the med kit. He's trying to get as much HP as possible. Seti now starting to run out of material on the high ground. This is it. It's going to come down to nothing or everything here. As he has no match, great tag there, and a trade, an open exchange. It's huge. Not looking good for EU right now. Into the zone they go. Smite and Larson are down. Larson is by himself, and no! He turns and gets burned.
Cammy and Seti take their 4th victory royale of the FNCS Invitational. Goes to show that it doesn't matter if it's EU, doesn't matter if they're playing on NAEs, it doesn't matter where they're at in the world, they will come out on top.
But I will tell you, that was close. Smite and Larson put some...
With no resources to try to regenerate any shield or health, it could look dangerous, just like Malabuka and Mustache, wasting no time, getting into the box of Runa and sending him right back to the lobby as well.
The PA Jin is still here, and he has pushed off Miro. He says, turn around and get away if you don't want to be taken out just here. And take a look. Now he's looking around. He finds Alice. Oh no, that's Alice on the other side of the wall and threats the Japanese and American duo. The combination brought together here for this very special event. But PHN, cold as ever. Look at the focus on his face here. He is waiting to land this shot. There it is. We knew he would hit it. If you let him, he gets the thirst. Works his way through the build. Such a good play there, but he has no time to waste. Down he goes. The layer change here. It's all or nothing to the low ground now. That's a fresh build. That's an enemy. He doesn't want to be there.
He is the best player right now when it comes to taking the top positions away from those players that were eliminated early on, but high ground goes over to Acorn and Edgy. It's their chance to secure themselves a victory royale in an international stage. They have 13 splashes. They have more than enough ammunition between the both to put down pressure and not let it stop. But one of the big teams, the big names, Malabuka and Mustache, are standing in their way, trying to make sure Threats doesn't have a chance to survive. That's 2 more elimination points, plus the placement points that they could garner here as they enter into the top 6.
And they have a combined of about 15 chug splashes or so. They have so many heals they can top off at any time. Zeke gets brought down after being saved by KBR. And now, Malabuka and Mustache earn themselves more. This might be the most elims, and no! KBR falls there to the hands of Yusri, but now it's all up to Malabuka and Mustache down on the low ground. Robob's in between. Acorn and Edgy have a chance here to take a win, but they have to stop the W Keyers of EU, Mustache and Malabuka.
That's an insane amount of splashes between the 2 duos left alive. Robob trying to put a wrench into the mix, but this comes down to a 2v2 EU versus NAEs, and both of these teams have all the resources in the world to make this one go forever. So it's about thinking outside of the box, making the move that matters most as Acorn gets tagged up. Has to find some height to re-heal. And they're both out of builds. Both of these teams are out of builds. This fight is going to come down to this as Edgy gets chunked out. He gets dropped. Malabuka on Mustache trying to take game number 2. 12 away from NA East, and it's down to Acorn, the last member. We talked about his splashes. This one's gonna come down to a heal off. Does he have enough to take the game? Medmist coming out, 5 more splashes. He has so much time left in zone, but Malibu and Mustache, they have splashes of their own. Acorn trying to put down the shots to try to minimize the effectiveness of it. They're still in zone. It looks like Acorn has run out of opportunity. He goes down. Malibu and Mustache take game number 12.
And just like that, the 12 games are over, but your champions of the FNCS Invitational are Seti and Kevin! Congratulations!
With 4 victory royales in this global competition. They didn't change up their strategy too much throughout 12 different games. It didn't matter who VOD reviewed them, because you could have that blueprint, but if you don't know how to execute, it's gonna be all over. And give it up one more time for your FNCS Invitational champions, Seti and Cammy!
Congratulations! They have done it! An incredible weekend, an incredible opportunity, and they did not miss a beat. This entire room is on their feet, and they deserve every ounce of support here, because these are 2 of the hardest workers we have ever seen, 2 of the hardest players in this space. And you know what? Becoming legends.